We're continuing to follow new developments in Port Arthur where two men died in a boat explosion. It happened a little after 7 this morning on the Taylor Bayou at the J.D. Murphy Wildlife Management Area. Good evening, I'm Cladra Rhodes. According to the Port Arthur Fire Department, the explosion was caused by a fuel-air gas ignition. OSHA is investigating. 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett is live right now in Port Arthur with more on what led up to the explosion. Cameron.
Cladra, what happened this morning at J.D. Murphy Wildlife Management Area is right here behind these closed gates, but again, it won't be forgotten.
And then we was active working that scene for over an hour, trying to get the people off the boat.
Port Arthur Interim Deputy Fire Chief Antonio Mitchell says an explosion on board a commercial boat in the J.D. Murphy Wildlife Management Area was caused by fuel-air gas ignition.
Basically, gases were over collected. Find an ignition source, and it actually went off and made the explosion.
Gas fumes were present and ignited, but Mitchell says the exact source of the ignition is unknown.
Possibly a leak or something that caused fuels to evaporate or leave its container, buildup of the fumes, and the fumes actually ignited it with the coming in contact with a competent ignition source.
The blast was felt nearly a mile and a half away at the Port Arthur Fire Station in Port Acres.
We did have a couple of crew members outside working, doing their tasks in the morning, and they heard that boom, and they actually kind of got up and started paying attention to what was going on, and then our dispatch that call out.
And at a nearby gas station.
When I heard the boom, kind of felt like an earthquake. The first thing I thought it was the refinery. Something happened over there.
3 men were on board at the time and 2 were killed. The captain and a crew member, both from Louisiana. A 3rd man was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
We do know there was our crew members, 4-man crew was supposed to be going out working on some different things within the levee or doing some work on the waterways.
Mitchell says a 4th man who was supposed to be on the boat had gone back to his truck, missing the explosion. While the blast is under investigation, Mitchell admits there are still unanswered questions.
We know the circumstances and why it happened, but how to prevent it going forward, I don't know the answer to that question.
Right now, the boat is in the parking lot sitting on a trailer. Crews here at J.D. Murphy don't know when the boat will be hauled out. Live in Port Arthur, Cameron Burchett, 12 News.
Such a tragic situation. Thank you, Cameron. And we're also learning more about the boat involved. It was there while crews were working on a levee project at the Wildlife Management Area through a partnership with Texas Parks and Wildlife and Ducks Unlimited. The boat was built in 2011 and is owned by TDW Rentals LLC, a subsidiary of Dean Equipment. The company is based in Harvey, Louisiana, with Texas offices in Houston and Midland. Dean Company representatives tell 12 News the vessel is a crew boat used to take workers to larger equipment. We're awaiting more information from the company. This is a developing story. Stick with 12 News on air and online as we learn more.